And now for an Uber's battle against Sucker4Jessica. Since he was streaming and looking for Uber's match, and I decided that yo, we should battle. So we did. And this is how it went. It's a very sad story about 6 Pokemon that are, well, 5, well, 12, well, 11, or whatever. Who cares about numbers? I'm going to leave my Dialga. He's going to leave with his Kyogre. Which, seems like a pretty standard leading Uber's match type thing. So, he's going to Hydro Pump and miss as I Thunder Wave. So already things are going in my favor. Now I'm going to set up my Stealth Rock since that's kind of the reason I have Dialga as a lead. I just wanted to use Dialga and I figured it would be good as a lead. Then he misses Hydro Pump again after I get Stealth Rock up. So now I've got 2 turns of awesome luck on my side. Then he gets fully paralyzed after I Dragon Pulse him. And now I'm going to Dragon Pulse him again, and he's going to finally hit the Hydro Pump, surprisingly enough. Does over half, so all those misses mattered. I wouldn't have gotten as much damage on this Kyogre as I do, had it not been for all that hacks I got. Then he misses another time, just to have it be rubbed into his face, because Nintendo in Game Freak just had to make an awesome move with awesome base power that always misses. It's just like Stone Edge and every other move that's decent but has terrible accuracy and always misses. So, now he's going to bring out his Fortress, but it's not really a Fortress because it's actually his Zekrom. I don't really understand the reasoning behind that, but whatever. Now Dialga is going to be destroyed by an Outrage. That, or I'm going to switch. I can't actually remember which. I think I leave this in because, honestly, it should be dead anyways, so whatever. It's not like Dialga didn't do its job. It got the Stealth Rocks up, and it paralyzed his Kyogre, and it took out his Kyogre. So now I'm going to bring out my Fool's Gold, since my Lugia is pretty bulky, and I actually was not expecting Outrage to do as much as it does, so I'm guessing he's banded. I think he said he was in his iteration. I don't know, I'm doing this after the fact. Way after the fact. So far after the fact, in fact, that it was actually last week. So my Fool's Gold is going to be Ice Beaming, and then he kills me off with a second Outrage. If had I gone for Reflect, things probably wouldn't have been any different. But I can pretend that they were, and I can also make a lot of stupid remarks about how things were not good for me because things were bad and I didn't get everything I wanted and other stuff, and I didn't get what I wanted for Christmas, and Santa Claus doesn't really exist and all this other crap. But that's not important right now. Mewtwo comes out, and since it is Mewtwo, it is less than 3, so yeah, that makes total sense. Palkia is going to come out, and my Choice Scarf obvious radar is going off because why else would he bring in a Palkia against Mewtwo? Now I'm going to bring out my Kyogre, since he goes for the Hydro Pump, although I wasn't actually thinking he'd go for that. I was actually expecting the Dragon move, but I thought I could take it either way. And judging by how much that did in rain, I can't really tell exactly what type of Palkia that is, because Palkia is pretty good regardless of the item it's holding. I mean, it's got so many choices, and I don't think I ever saw anything else that it had, so I don't know, I'm not paying attention really. Out comes the Fortress, and after I got a Calm Mind up, I figured I could Scald him, and then he would die, but of course not, because that's just how the game works. I'm going to I'm going to flinch him. You know, BRN, that's a flinch. People always complain about it because Jirachi gets them all the time. Now then, he Volt Switches and gets a crit, which is just hilarious because Fortress has such a monstrous base special attack. And he's going to bring back his Palkia. Going to add another L there. He's going to Thunder, and I still don't exactly know what kind of Palkia this is. Now I'm going to bring out Master Y. Shark Tamer will get it. I don't know if anybody else will. And I'm just going to go for the Spatial Rend more than likely, because it seemed like a pretty obvious play on my part, or my end, or whatever I want to say. Now he brings out his Arceus. Or Arceus, because that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, because Pokemon.com said so, and since it's the official website, they must be right. You know, like the time they said that something was a certain type that it wasn't, and they also said that something could learn to move it couldn't. Oh man, thank you, Pokemon.com. You're also associated with the anime, where everything has its own rules. So Shadow Force is going to almost kill me. And he has extreme speed, so that's going to take me out, since that's just what Arceus, or Arceus, or whatever you want to call it, does. Since, you know, whatever. Now I'm going to bring out my Mewtwo again, and I'm going to go for the Psycho Break, or whatever it's called. I can't remember exactly. Honestly, I know Psystrike is the normal Pokemon version of it, but since Mewtwo is awesome, Psystrike is going to... Psycho Strike? Psystrike? God, why did they make the names so similar? It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, honestly, I thought it was like Psycho Boost in English, but no, it's not. Whatever. That just goes to show you. Now he's going to bring out his Deoxys attack, which, I think they should honestly call this Frail Deoxys or something. Or like... Deoxys Destroyed, or Deoxys Brick Wall that's not got a lot of bricks. Why would they call it that? Who knows? He's life-orbed, so I'm not too afraid. I'm going to go out to my Arceus, which I nicknamed Pokegen because I meant to change its name in Pokegen to make it so it would be, "You know you love me as a ghost!" Since, you know, we have to name everything after memes and fads and abridged series stuff. And he's going to bring out his Palkia. And isn't this looking a little familiar? Just slightly to a little bit. Just kind of, sort of, slightly, maybe, possibly, sort of, kind of, maybe. Somehow, someday, some week, sometime, somewhere in the past. This looks very familiar, except I used Spatial Rend. And I'm going to Shadow Force and then follow up with an Extreme Speed. So that was a very hacksy and very good game, Sucker4Jessica. If you don't know who he is, then you should probably check him out, because that's generally what I say about all my opponents, because they're all pretty good people. And, I like Ubers and stuff, and 1-0s are always good in my book, so long as the battle is close and fun and everybody had a good time, especially in stream, and especially when you're just sitting there thinking, Jesus Christ, how many times is this guy going to miss this move? Not like I'm complaining or anything, but still, it's just kind of unfair. I've been in that situation before quite a few times. What am I rambling about? Who cares?
Attention, people who watch the video after the battle is over! My hair is telling you to do jumping jacks 20 times in the air, and then press the buttons on your keyboard and make words, and then do stuff like breathing, and, my hair is lovely and it wants you to caress it in a nice bonnet, since my hair only deserves the best.
Just let that go by.